Hello, this is Dr. Nancy Trimbley with your Healthcare Arsenal podcast. This podcast is designed for that person who knows there's a better way towards health and wellness. They just don't know what that better way is. And my hope for you is that with each passing episode, you get closer to being your own best expert. Today we have Mary Mirro back for a second time. Today we are talking emotion code, which I know absolutely nothing about, but Mary's going to explain it. And I know because I know Mary, she's going to do a great job at it. Hi, Mary. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. Thank you for having me on because I am such a proponent of teaching people wellness techniques, things that they can do, they can learn and do on their own to better their health, and including physical, emotional, mental health. And
That's my jam too. Glad you're here.
it's just so important. It gives us our power back.
Yes.
And that's what we need. When we're feeling unwell, when we're feeling sick, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, it's like we lose our power. And any way that we can get it back, tapping is one way that we talked about at the other podcast. But emotion code is also another way. And I came across emotion code several years ago, and I've been using it for a very long time, probably 10 years or more, on myself, and I use it with my clients. But it was developed by a Dr. Bradley Nelson, who is a holistic chiropractor. And he said he had a dream one night, and this vision of a book, emotion code book with a chart,
Wow.
was in his dream. And from that, he developed the emotion code system. It's extremely simplistic, and I love it. I use it every day on myself.
Very cool.
Yeah. So could I give you a little background?
I need it. Yes.
Okay,
This is
so
fascinating.
I don't want to miss any important details, so I'm kind of reading a little bit, okay? So the premise of this emotion code, it's based on a mind-body connection. And Dr. Nelson claims that many conditions, and I say probably all conditions, has an emotional component to it. Let's say someone comes in to see you, Dr. Nancy, and they're in terrible back pain, okay? They have pain, physical pain. They also have mental anguish. They may be missing work. They may be having some financial problems because of their physical pain. And they have emotional frustration, right? They're aggravated that they're having to deal with this, that is caused limitations in their lives. And, so this method helps work with that, that physical pain. And the way Dr. Nelson came about structuring this is he came up with 60 emotions that he claims covers all emotions.
Wow.
Of course, if you look in the dictionary, there's going to be thousands of emotions. But his chart, it's a very simple chart. And he claims that this is good enough to cover all emotions. And one might say, well, how can that be? Well, he claims, as an example, embarrassment would fall under humiliation.
Sure. Makes sense.
Bewildered would fall under confusion.
Makes sense.
So our mind is able to find the exact emotion that the person would be experiencing, or he calls these trapped emotions. And these trapped emotions become that way from a trauma. Let's say a physical trauma. You're in a car accident, or you injure your neck or your back, whatever. That's a physical trauma. Or you might have an emotional trauma, argument with a spouse or a friend, or you lose someone important in your life, significant. These are all traumas. And we can have small traumas too, that someone gives you kind of a look like of
Yeah.
disgust, and you're thinking, well, what did I do?
Right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So anything that's unprocessed in our mind
Right. Where you get
is
stuck
considered,
almost.
yes, when you get stuck on and you keep thinking about it. That's one
Mm-hmm.
way of knowing that, hey, I've got a trapped emotion. If
Right.
something keeps,
Bubbling
recycling
up.
in your mind, bubbling up,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't seem to let it go, I think I got trapped emotions there. And
Right.
so the way he identifies them is through muscle testing. And you have done a lot of programs in your podcasts on muscle testing. So your
Yes.
listeners may be very aware of muscle testing. Do you believe they are?
Well, we have some new listeners, so feel
Yeah.
free to dive in and explain.
Okay. So our our body and mind, our subconscious mind will give us info. It holds all our history. The subconscious part of us holds all of our history from the very beginning of our time, our being. And to access that, muscle testing is one way to access information that is good for us, that is true or not true. Okay. I
Mm,
don't use muscle testing in any way like to predict the future or anything. It's
right.
just it's just something that gives you, the person, information about yourself.
I say what's congruent
That's
with
exactly
you.
right. Or
Mhm.
incongruent,
Or not. Right. Right.
right? So I do it a very simple way by using my finger.
Let me see that.
So, okay, this is just the finger test, muscle test. So
Okay.
when I press down on from my middle finger and my index finger, when I press down and I say my name is Mary, I get a very
Uh-huh.
strong response.
Okay. My name is Nancy. Uh-huh. Strong response.
Strong response. Okay, my name is Nancy. Goes weak.
Let me try. My name is Mary. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like. Can I steal that?
Oh, absolutely steal it.
Okay, great.
Okay. None of these are my personal things. It's
Okay.
what I've learned. Another one, and a lot of people like this one, they'll use their small finger and their thumb, make a
Hmm.
circle, and I use my non dominant to do that, to make a
Okay.
ring. Your dominant, your index and your thumb, you're going through like this. Yes,
Mhm.
my name is Mary, and pull. It's so strong, I can't pull it. Yeah, I want you to
Okay,
try that.
my
My
name is
name is
Nancy.
Nancy.
Got it. This one doesn't
Okay,
work for me, Mary, so I'll try it today with you. Go ahead. You
okay,
do. Now
try
you
it
go.
because a lot of people, you want to give people a variety of ways, right?
Right.
Okay, my name is Nancy.
And it you can break
Pulls
the
that
seal.
apart.
Okay,
Yeah,
my name is
yeah,
Mary. See, I'm still strong. That one
you're
doesn't
so
work for me.
strong.
So all of our
Yes,
people out there, if the way doesn't work, you don't have to use it, and don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Like,
that's
just if one
exactly
doesn't
right.
work for you, there's others. I'm
And
glad we did
another
that one
one,
together.
yeah,
Mhm.
another one is the tilt test. Are you familiar with that one?
The
So
lean
it's stand
test?
the lean
Yes.
test. Okay, you're standing. Okay,
Uh-huh.
my name is Mary, and I go forward.
You
My name
feel a
is
pull.
Nancy, and it's a
Yes.
very strong pull in either direction.
Yes, I
So
love that one too. That
that's
one you could do secretively too, like nobody will see you do it.
the
He
finger
he's
one too.
Yes, that's true. In case you have some non-believers around, you can be like,
Hey, yeah. And you can ask yourself, is this food good for me? Like if
yes.
you're out at a restaurant, you can look at a menu and you can say, okay, what really would be the most healthy thing for me?
Yes, you
Okay. So
can.
I use muscle testing for a lot of different things, but back to emotion code. So we're looking at this chart. And all of this, Dr. Nancy, is downloadable for free.
Ooh, okay.
You go into Dr. Bradley Nelson emotion code chart and instructions.
All right. I'll put that in our notes, our show notes.
Yeah, that'd be great. So what there are 6 rows here, and he has row 1 is connected with the heart and small intestine. I
Mm.
find this very fascinating. Row 2 is the spleen and stomach. Row
Mm-hmm.
3 is the lung or colon. Row 4 is liver and gallbladder. Row 5, kidneys and bladder. Row 6, glands and sexual organs. So there are 2 columns. Okay. So the way I do it is I look at my little chart in front of me and I muscle test. So I first ask myself, do I have a trapped emotion that I can release today? All of this is in the instructions. So, you don't have to take notes. You can just watch
It's right.
and
I
it's
just
right there.
pulled it up on my browser, and yes, all the instructions are there. Cool.
Right. hmm And often you can do this, everyone can do it every day, just as a general kind of cleansing thing. But if you have that, let's say you have this emotional that you're stuck on something, that you just can't seem to let go, that's a really good time to use emotion code. You would say,
Right.
do I have any trapped emotions related to that particular issue? And so you first of all get the number, however many emotion codes or how many trapped emotions you have, I mean. So
Okay.
you ask yourself, let's say I'm going to demonstrate, okay? Do I have any trapped emotions related to that issue I was thinking about earlier today? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, is it more than one? Yes. Okay.
Ah,
Now, a very simple way to do this, instead of counting how many do I have? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? You ask yourself, indicator, how many do I have?
okay.
Going for how many trapped emotions do I have related to that particular issue? Okay. So you can start with, is it more than 5? Let's say
Huh?
yes. Is it more than 10? Yes. Is it more than 15? No. Okay. So it's between 5 and 10 or 10 and 15.
15.
Okay. Indicator mode 10, 11. Okay. Finger goes down. So it's 11.
Wow.
So if
Then
you're
what?
only at, well, okay. So then you muscle test. Is the trapped emotion in column A? Yes or no?
Ah, so you can like narrow it down to the group.
Yes. Is it in column B? Yes or no? Okay. So once you get the column, then you go into which row it is. You can ask individually, is it row 1? Yes or no? Or you can do indicator again. So if you do each row individually, that's a yes no question. So you'll
Got
get
you.
a strong yes or a no. But if you do
Mm-hmm.
indicator, that would be strong until you get the right number. Let's say indicator mode, which row is it in? 1, 2, 3,
Ah,
4, 5. Okay, it goes down in 5.
got you. Mm-hmm.
So, Okay, so if I had row 5, column A, there are 5 emotions in this particular row, and I'm looking at those 5 emotions. The first one
Mm-hmm.
is blaming, dread, fear, horror, peeved.
Peeved. Good
I
word.
know, I love that word, peeved. Okay, so then you would ask, okay, which emotion is it? Okay, indicator again. 1, 2, oh, 2, dread. So you might think, well, I'm not sure how that's related to my issue. Well, here's a
Right.
little dictionary.
Okay.
Here's Dr. Nelson's dictionary. Okay, dread. And it's important to know what the definition is. That allows, or it gives you more information. Okay,
Definitely.
so the definition of dread, fear of something that is about to happen, apprehension as to something in the future, usually real or sometimes unreal. Okay, then because that gives you more information, you can relate it to your own life. Why is it that I'm feeling that way?
Right. It makes
Okay,
it more
I
real.
makes it more real. So to release that trapped emotion, it's a very easy process. There's a governing meridian that goes up from here all the way up the top of the head, all the way down the spine, or down this way.
Uh-huh.
So
Is
you're
that why we
working,
tapped our upper lip with the tapping?
yes, that's
Okay.
that's the governing meridian point that actually helps release it from all the meridians. So
Wow.
you're
Okay.
stopping. So you think about, I'm releasing dread, and
Mm-hmm.
1,
Ah.
2, 3, and you take a breath. Then you ask yourself, did I release the trapped emotion of dread? Yes. Sometimes
Wow.
you get a no.
Right.
Then, if you do get a no, ask yourself, do I need more information? You might not, you may have to think about it a little bit more. Think about, well, what's occurred in your life in the past few days that this trapped emotions come up for you? What's happened?
Or maybe
Usually,
ask others around you
yep, you
because
could do
they
that.
might have a better view of you. Well, yeah, 3 days ago you were just telling me about this because we're terrible historians. We have terrible
That's right.
memories.
Isn't that
That
isn't that
is
cool?
cool.
Okay. So you release that, and I
Hmm.
generally then say to the person, how do you feel? And they often say, I feel a little lighter, actually.
Lighter. Hmm.
Now, Dr. Nelson, you can really go to extreme detail to actually identify where in your body that is trapped. I don't go that
Interesting.
far. But he'll say, is it above your waist or is it below
Uh-huh.
your waist?
Uh-huh.
To get the exact, is it in your lungs? Is it in your heart? Is it in your brain or whatever? I'd rather be a little more efficient and just deal with it.
You're talking my language. Let's get to it. Let's get it
Let's
quick. Let's get it out.
get to it and deal with it and get it out of our body, right?
Right.
Yeah. So then you would continue to release the trapped emotions, and you identify them first. Do the process 3 times, swipe over your head and
Mhm.
ask if you successfully release that trapped emotion. Then go to the next one.
Wow.
Now, sometimes in this is another interesting thing. Sometimes you'll get through all 5 emotions and you'll be muscle testing a no, it's not that particular one. You ask the next question, is it inherited? Did you
Ooh.
did you get this emotion, was it inherited from your parents? And if it was, then You can test, did I get it from my mother's side? Did I get from my mother? Yes or no? Did I get it from my father? And then you keep going back for about 5 generations. Did he get it from his mother, his father? It's just more information. You might even get some kind of a memory. Something may come to in your head. You might, from especially your parents, you might say, "Oh, that makes sense that they would have that trapped emotion." Okay, so his process for releasing inherited trapped emotions is doing it 10 times over the head
Instead of 3, 10
instead of
times.
3. Yes. And he claims, which I want to believe this, that not only does that trapped emotion get released from me, but my parents, all of their, the previous generations, and my siblings
Wow.
also
Wow.
get relief.
Wow.
I
That's
know. I
heavy
think it's
duty.
amazing. It's heavy.
That's like
It's very
quantum.
heavy.
It's quantum time where
I
all time
know.
happens at once and we're in parallel universes. Now, something about my own siblings and thinking about like if I was to find something trapped on one of my parents' sides. So you said it's also released for my siblings,
Yes,
so
not your
they might
children, not my children, but
going
my
backwards.
siblings and going back. Yes,
And would they maybe notice some improvements
they
in
might.
their
They might. And
wow.
they may accept it. It might be their I call it higher wisdom, whatever. They may
Sure,
want it and they may not. But that's not
sure.
for us to say. We can't really,
Right.
and I probably wouldn't ask. I would just notice. I'd observe. you know
Sure.
maybe
Exactly.
maybe something changes in their life.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. All right, so I have a question because I'm
sure.
thinking of certain people and, myself included.
Yeah.
So the first time you do this, is it come up with like, you have 150 trapped emotions?
No,
No,
well,
good.
probably that it could, I guess. I have released 30 to 50 at one time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, at one time.
I mean,
S-
not at one I don't mean in one session.
In one session, 30 to
Right.
50, you just keep on going back and asking.
But a lot of them are multiples. So he claims that they can be stacked.
Right.
And I notice with myself, I have more trapped emotions in column B than I
Uh-huh.
do in column A,
Okay.
and more trapped emotions in row 1 and row 2, which is the heart and small intestine, spleen, and stomach.
Uh-huh.
I find that and also lung and colon. That's row 3.
Uh-huh.
So,
So what would that indicate?
uh, that may be more of where the person's has their trapped emotions. That's where they lie, in their
Ah,
body.
okay. Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
that's the only
Right.
thing I can figure out.
Interesting. So when do you walk people through this if you're doing a one-on-one session
Yeah.
then?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's a lot of information,
it can
and
be.
it can be, yes. But once you get it down, it's like so simple and quick.
Right. So
It,
as a
it takes,
practitioner, you can help people with them. And obviously if somebody is emotionally vulnerable,
right.
you're there for support,
Correct.
which is
Correct.
super important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have
And, like what you said, you might need someone else's observation. Why do you think that came up for me? I can kind of help them, understand the emotion a little by asking questions,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
that they may not
exactly.
think about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can you think of either a specific person or maybe an amalgam of people that had how their life was influenced by doing this or changed or improved?
I have a lady that we probably use well, two in particular that I think of that we use emotion code every session. And we only spend about 15 minutes generally on that particular technique because I use
Mhm.
other techniques as well. But um, they both of them have experienced a lot of grief
Right.
in their life, losses. And one lost her sister early. She's
Right.
in her 60s now. My client is in her sister was 7 years old when she passed
Oh,
away, and my client just has been distraught. You know, um, emotion codes helped her a lot.
wow.
And my other client, just different things, different grief situations for her. So I think for grief, it's very effective.
Right. Right. And is there physical improvements that they have noticed?
We've been mainly working on the emotional, but
Right.
I do believe that the physical
Mhm.
can improve quicker, put it that way,
Oh, sure.
with the use of the emotion code.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there
Especially, Dr. Nancy, talking about, compliance for one thing. If a person is emotionally so distraught about an illness or whatever, they may not be motivated,
true.
to get the treatment that they really could benefit from or need or whatever. And so the emotion code could help in that way too.
Wow. Now, just so I know, because I'm thinking about practicing this on myself, and also,
Yeah.
guinea pig others too. So
Yeah.
when you're going through this with somebody, do they themselves do that? They do
Yes.
that, and
Mhm.
then you just help them by muscle testing or
I
walking them through.
I have them learn to muscle test.
Oh, good. That's
That
great.
way they can do this on their own.
Right.
Yeah, I want them to
Right.
be as self-sufficient as possible.
Wow. That is very cool.
Mhm.
Wow, this I just for our audience, I just went and I googled down emotion code chart download, and it's a PDF,
Yes,
and it is multiple pages, so be prepared for that,
it
but it
is.
does take you step through step through step through step. And yeah, this is super fascinating.
Mhm.
Because I know for me, there's like the dumbest things will like stick in my head. And every
I
day I'm like,
know,
why am I thinking about this? Because it's stuck.
'cause it's
And
stuck.
and you have to imagine we only have so much energy, emotional energy, mental energy,
Mhm.
spiritual energy every day. And if we have a certain portion that's getting like stuck to this thing, this like perpetuating thought, that that just
It
depletes
affects
us.
us. It keeps us from living in the moment, in the present moment,
Yeah, so
and
true.
enjoying our life, and being focused on what
Yes.
is important to us because we're
Yes.
living in the past by
Yes.
constantly thinking about what happened to us.
And
The
I
other thing
know.
about Oh, go ahead.
No,
Well,
go ahead.
often gives us another perspective on what the situation was. We might feel very offended by whatever happened or hurt or whatever, but once we can release these trapped emotions, we might have a new perspective.
Sure.
Maybe even a little
Yeah.
humor about it. Oh, they didn't
E-
really mean to hurt my feelings, or
Exactly.
it's okay if I talk to that person about, you know,
Yes.
I felt kind of hurt when that person said that to me, and
Right.
we get more courage possibly.
Right, because and in part because there's no longer that strong emotion linked to it.
Yes.
So now yes, once you unlink that strong emotion, you can be more objective and
Yeah.
conversational about it.
Right.
Absolutely. And I think when there's emotion involved too, and you're living in the past, the internal conversation moves onward its merry, like neurotic way.
Yeah.
And then those conversations that never happened get attached to that
Yeah.
memory. And then you get mad at those conversations that never happened, not thinking about anybody else but my own mind.
The truth. That's
So
so,
it allow
yeah.
it, can allow you to be less judgmental and
Mhm.
not assuming, like so much
Yeah.
of, I think
Yes.
we assume so
Exactly.
much, and
And it
very
may not,
often
yeah, it's
we are
not
completely wrong.
exactly.
Silly us.
Silly us. That's right.
Right.
So,
Yes, this has been so great, Mary. I think
good.
I think our audience is going to appreciate this, and they're going to need time to like digest all this and
I
print
know.
the PDF. This has been
Right.
super, super cool.
I'm really thinking about doing like a group
Mm-hmm.
video Zoom kind of sessions. I
I think
haven't, I need to know if there's an interest in that. So before I would,
yeah.
but this is to me, we learn so much from other people. That's
Oh,
why a
totally.
group is really beneficial.
Yeah.
We also see that
Yeah.
we're not alone, right? I'm not the only one
Absolutely.
that thinks that way.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So, before we wrap up, let
Yeah.
me see. I'm going to ask you a question. And actually, I'm trying to think of it because I've asked you my typical question on our last podcast. Let me see. Um, let's see. Ah, if okay. So thinking back to your own childhood,
Yeah.
what characteristic did you have as a child that is so evident today?
Curiosity.
Ah,
I guess I'm a avid learner. I'm so curious about you know everything.
how
I
were you
want
curious as a child?
um mainly about people. I'm observing people. And I
Oh,
remember observing my uncles and aunts that came to visit, my grandparents and my mom and dad and my siblings. And I was kind of a pretty quiet kid, but I
mm-hmm.
was always observing,
Interesting.
taking in a lot of information.
Yes, yes, and noticing the differences.
What about you? I'm curious about you.
Oh my, how? Okay, so
What would yours be?
all right, so my sister who is 5 years older than me.
Uh huh.
So when I was 5 and she was 10, she would yell if we were like playing or something, and she would say, "Mom, Nancy's being bossy again." And here I am, a boss. I'm the worst employee ever, so never hire me for anything. But I am a great boss.
That is so funny
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
adorable. I like that.
Thank you. All right, Mary, it's been great. I'm going to say goodbye to the audience. It has
Yeah,
been fun being with Mary today and been fun being with you guys. And please use this stuff, try it out, send us some comments. And
that'd be
as
great.
always, my hope for you with each passing episode is to you get closer to being your own best expert. Bye for now.
Bye bye.